Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we unpack the invisible forces shaping success and failure in organizations. It's often not just about the latest tech or, sheer effort. It's something deeper. It's about our minds, really. The stories we tell ourselves, often without even realizing it, about how work should be done, how people behave. Today, we're diving deep into how these mindsets, these beliefs, especially when they meet powerful tools like AI or the demands of modern work, unknowingly drive outcomes, our mission. To help you understand these hidden forces, maybe even start to reshape them.
That's a great way to put it. We're talking about mental models. And these aren't just, abstract ideas. They're those really deeply embedded beliefs, often totally unconscious, about how the world works, how people tick, how stuff gets done. What's really striking is how they creep into everything. Policies, dashboards, metrics, even job descriptions. They sort of create this reinforcing cycle.
Yeah, reinforcing, sometimes in a bad way. Let's make this concrete. We looked at one source, AI, reflecting our mindsets. And there's this story about a manufacturing company. They built an AI tool for productivity tracking, logged every pause, every second away from the task. Management thought it was brilliant.
Uh-oh. I think I know where this is going.
Exactly. People started quitting. One engineer literally said, "This thing watches me like it doesn't trust me. I'm not a machine part."
Uh,
The key thing is, the AI wasn't broken. It worked perfectly. The mindset behind it was the problem, that view of workers needing constant surveillance.
right. And the contrast is what's so powerful here. Another team, same industry, same tech, totally different belief system. They started from a place of trust. They believed frontline workers had unique insights the AI couldn't possibly have initially.
So how did they build their tool?
They designed it to suggest improvements, but, and this is crucial, it learned from human feedback. Workers could override it easily. They had human circuit breakers.
So collaboration, not control.
Precisely. And the result? Productivity went up, sure, but worker satisfaction went through the roof because people felt their input mattered. It just hammers home that insight. AI doesn't just reflect data, it reflects your assumptions. It scales your beliefs. Whatever you feed it, mentally it amplifies.
It's amazing how sticky those old beliefs are, isn't it? Another source, Breaking Free from Industrial Era Thinking, really drills down on this. So much of this toxic stuff comes from assumptions left over from, well, the industrial era. Things like people slack off unless watched, or mistakes mean you're incompetent.
Right. Ideas that are totally outdated but still kicking around.
And the danger, as the source points out, is when you train AI on those assumptions, it doesn't question them. It just makes them worse, creates these self-fulfilling prophecies, suspicion breeds disengagement.
And this ties perfectly into the cognitive science angle from the cognitive science of organizational change. Many listeners will know Daniel Kahneman's System 1 and System 2. System 1, fast, automatic, intuitive, like driving home on autopilot. System 2, slow, deliberate, analytical, the part that actually questions things.
And our brains love System 1, right? Saves energy.
Exactly. And many work environments, especially stressful ones, reward System 1 stuff, speed, predictability,
Yeah.
which just entrenches those old mental models. Worse still, when information comes along that challenges a deep-seated belief,
Yeah.
it feels, well, threatening, like actual mental pain. So people resist.
And it gets worse if a leader's identity is tied up in that belief, like being the efficiency guru.
Oh, absolutely. Defending the belief becomes defending themselves. Makes change incredibly hard.
That reliance on System 1, the resistance, it sounds really tough to shift. Did the sources give examples of leaders thinking they were being rational, System 2, but actually just stuck in bias? How do you even spot that in yourself? Because, for ages we were told efficiency and resilience were opposites. Pick one.
But AI changes that game. You can build systems that are fast and flexible, predictable and adaptive, but only if you update those mental models first.
Okay, so navigating all this complexity, this constant change, that really brings us to Agile, doesn't it? Now, when you hear Agile, what comes to mind? Probably software teams, code, maybe those daily stand-ups.
That's the common picture, yeah.
But one of our sources, Agile, Universal Power in Complex Work, argues really forcefully that that's too narrow. It says Agile's real strength isn't about software specifically. It's about handling work that's complex, unpredictable, always changing, especially in product and service management. That's the key distinction they make.
Absolutely. And the source offers a great diagnostic tool for this, the VUCA framework. Volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity. These aren't just buzzwords. If your work has these elements, a rigid, fixed plan, it just falls apart.
Give us some examples.
Okay. Volatility. Market trends flip overnight. Uncertainty. How will the public react to this new service launch? We just don't know for sure. Complexity. building a really intricate service with tons of moving parts, ambiguity. You've got incomplete information, hard to see clear cause and effect. The source basically says, if this sounds like your world, then an adaptive approach like Agile isn't a luxury for managing your product or service. It's fundamental.
And the source really drives this home with examples outside software. It's fascinating. Think healthcare teams constantly tweaking patient care plans. That's managing the product of care in a volatile situation.
Right. It's continuous adaptation.
Or artists iterating, experimenting, getting feedback on their creative product.
Yeah.
Social services adapting programs to community means evolving the service.
Mhm.
Even HR moving to continuous performance conversations instead of the old annual review. That's managing employee well-being as an ongoing service. Finance using dynamic budgeting, adapting their capital service to the market. Cybersecurity constantly adapting defenses, evolving security products and services.
Even manufacturing Kaizen, lean cycles, it's classic agile thinking, applied to improving manufacturing services and products. It really underscores how traditional project management, with its fixed plans, works fine for predictable things, like building a bridge where the requirements are stable. But try that up front. Capture everything approach in a VUCA world for a product or service. The source calls it a massive opportunity cost. You lose learning, you risk becoming irrelevant.
So Agile offers a different way for managing products and services.
Exactly. It's a risk-managed approach. Focus on feedback, flexibility, steady progress, deliver value in small increments, learn from each one. It's a mix of culture adaptability and customizable tools.
So maybe for you listening, think about this. The source poses some direct questions. Do things change a lot in your work? Are there lots of factors to juggle? Is it hard to connect cause and effect? If you're nodding along, the argument is Agile is relevant for you, no matter your job title or industry. Because it's about nurturing evolving products and services, not managing fixed projects. It's a mindset shift.
And that's where the Agile practices themselves become more than just process steps. They're like reality checks. They force those hidden beliefs out into the open. They're cognitive retraining mechanisms. They literally help you change how you think, not just what you do.
Okay, let's get specific. What are some of these tools that help bust those assumptions? Drawing from challenging assumptions and cognitive science of organizational change. First up, retrospectives. But going deeper than what went well badly.
Right. The key question is, what did we believe that turned out wrong, and why did we believe it?
Like that team, assuming AI tools worked perfectly first time, asking why they held that unrealistic expectation forces that System 2 thinking, makes them question assumptions about tech adoption.
Exactly.
Then hypothesis-driven implementations, framing work as experiments. We believe doing X leads to Y because of Z.
It forces you to state your underlying logic, makes it testable.
Like the team obsessed with speed who found customers actually wanted thoughtful answers, not just instant ones. Testing that hypothesis saved them doubling down on the wrong thing.
Crucial learning.
And visual management like Kanban boards. But imagine adding assumption cards to the board.
Assumption cards. Tell me more.
Yeah, like sticky notes saying, we believe users need this because, or we think the system handles X load because, then you label them. Validated, busted, still uncertain.
Ah, I love that. Making the thinking visible.
Apparently, it totally changed how teams engaged with users. It wasn't just about tasks anymore. It was about learning.
That's powerful.
And finally, this one's really interesting. AI mirror sessions. Feed anonymous meeting transcripts or decision logs to an AI.
Okay. To do what?
To spot patterns. Like maybe it reveals 80% of decisions come from just 3 people, even if everyone thinks it's collaborative. The AI is just a neutral mirror reflecting reality back, inviting curiosity, not blame.
All these methods form this assumption-busting loop.
Yeah.
Surface the belief, test it, track it, and doing that effectively requires and actually builds psychological safety.
Which isn't about being nice, right? It's about feeling safe to speak uncomfortable truths.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
Safe to say, I think we're wrong about this, or I made a mistake. Leaders have to model that curiosity, that vulnerability, not pretend they have all the answers. Other tools mentioned were things like pre-mortems, keeping assumption logs, rotating perspectives, asking what if. And like Kaizen, it's the repetition, the habit of questioning that makes the difference. Gradual change, not sudden shifts.
Okay, let's bring this down to a very practical application, especially relevant for AI product development. User stories. Our source, user stories. Transforming AI product development really emphasizes these aren't just bureaucratic fluff. They can genuinely streamline how you build products.
Yeah, compared to the old waterfall model from project management. Try to define everything up front, document it all meticulously. Fine for building a bridge, maybe, but for software, or especially AI products in today's world, that upfront approach means you're making huge decisions based on potentially outdated information. Massive risk, massive opportunity cost, like we said.
So Agile flips that for product management.
Right. It uses just-in-time requirements. Figure out the details for the small chunk you're about to build in the next short iteration, usually like 1 or 2 weeks. You're always working with the latest understanding.
So a user story itself,
Okay.
what is it fundamentally? It's really just a short summary, right? Like a placeholder for a conversation,
Yeah.
a standard format.
Mhm.
As a persona, I want to do something so that I get some benefit. Simple.
Mhm.
And crucially, you need acceptance criteria. How do we know when it's actually done? Like for an AI feature, maybe diagnosis is 95% accurate on test set X.
Which leads nicely to the 3 C's of user stories. It needs summary. First, the card. Small, simple, just a token, like you said, not a huge spec doc.
Okay.
Second, the conversation. This is the absolute core. The whole team, developers, testers, product owner, maybe users, talks it through. How do we actually build this? That collaboration leads to clarity, shared understanding, better solutions. It's collaborative design.
Got it. Card conversation.
And third, confirmation. You check back in with stakeholders, with users. Are we aligned? Does this meet the need? Before you invest heavily in building it out.
You can see the benefits immediately. Fewer top-down mandates, more collaboration, the team feels ownership, engagement goes up. Now, you might get resistance, right? Especially from teams used to detailed specs from traditional project management. They might feel like it's just pushing work onto them.
That can happen. The key is respecting the team's ownership of the how. The story defines the who, what, why. The how is the team's expertise. If managers step in and dictate the technical solution, they kill that ownership instantly. And these stories need to be small, like maybe a couple of days' work max, a complete slice of value that could potentially be deployed. Sometimes this even means doing what feels like throwaway work initially.
Throwaway work, explain that.
Okay, say you're building an AI recommendation engine. The first user story might just be showing a hard-coded list of popular items. No fancy AI yet.
Feels like cheating.
Kind of. But it gets something valuable in front of users fast. They can react to the interface. The team learns. It delivers value sooner, reduces risk, lets you iterate based on real feedback before you build the complex AI part.
And that iterative learn-as-you-go approach feels absolutely essential for AI, doesn't it? Given all the unknowns, model performance, data issues, ethical wrinkles.
Totally critical. Trying to waterfall an AI project is just asking for trouble and delay. You have to experiment and adapt.
And while AI can help draft stories now, you still need that human judgment, the critical thinking, the ethics conversation.
Absolutely. The tech can assist, but the deep understanding, the nuance, why that's human. These conversations, these working sessions, they let you surface the problems before you sink loads of time and money into coding. Makes the whole process smoother. So if we pull it all together, the core message from these sources really seems to be this: your success, your organization's future. It doesn't hinge on having all the right answers now. It depends on building the capacity to rethink. That ability to update your models, adapt your approach, continuously evolve your product or service, that's more valuable than just executing perfectly on yesterday's plan.
Which brings us right back to the start. AI is your culture at scale. So what does that mirror show you? Here's maybe a final thought to chew on, pulling from the sources. Have you maybe avoided Agile because you thought, oh, that's just for software projects, or it doesn't fit my kind of work? Or maybe you saw it as just one rigid framework. Could an old, fixed, upfront project management mindset be holding back how you manage your evolving products or services right now? Something to consider. We really hope this deep dive sparked some useful thinking for you. And hey, if you want to go deeper and explore the original source material yourself, we've put direct links to all the videos we discussed right in the description. They are definitely worth checking out for more detail. Thanks so much for joining us on the deep dive today. We'll catch you next time for another exploration.